Getting you ready for game time. Join me, Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball, as I announce play-by-play. Make sure to smash the like and subscribe, because now we're about to go live. Entering the pregame, we now present Sal from Behind the Arc Basketball. And what's good, everyone? Glad to have you guys back on the stream, being a part here tonight. What should be a great matchup in store. Big 12 basketball upcoming. We're going to tip off, I believe, in under 10 minutes from now. But, man, crazy stuff going on right now. Kentucky in their game down to the wire against South Carolina with around 20 seconds left to play. We'll keep you guys posted before Kansas versus Oklahoma will start off. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, and feeling much better than what I was feeling on Thursday and Friday, so glad to be back in, and thanks so much all for the wishes out on the community tab over throughout the course of last week. Doing much better. Sports Dude, welcome back into the stream, man. Glad to have you back in. Andrew, welcome back on board. Thanks so much, brother. Braden, welcome back in, man. Glad to have you guys back in once again. Kansas comes in ranked at number 2 in the nation. They have won 14 straight games at Allen Fieldhouse entering this matchup. They've also won 21 straight at home against Oklahoma, dating back to 1993, the last time that KU has lost to Oklahoma. Just an incredible Big 12 season that we have had so far. 5 of the 10 teams in the Big 12 have just 2 losses or less entering tonight. All these teams in the rankings currently, half of the conference in the rankings: Kansas, K-State, Iowa State, TCU, and Texas. Kansas State's been a big shocker for them. Right now, they're currently playing at this moment. We'll keep you guys posted with scores going on throughout college basketball. There's a lot of great games going on. K-State's in a close one. 3:10 left to go against Oklahoma State, 56-55. Iowa State leading by 19 at halftime against Texas Tech. Texas Tech, the only team not in the top 50 from the Big 12 in the net rankings. And, man, some great games going on. Michigan State up by 2 against Wisconsin. 13 seconds left there, 67-65. And then this one we got going on, Kentucky has trailed all the entire game. 21.5 seconds left to go. Kentucky down by 3 against South Carolina. Yeah, that was non-competitive last night. TCU got destroyed against Georgia yesterday. Harry, welcome in. Ryan, Jose, glad to have you guys back in. Do I think Virginia's going to win tonight? I will say yes there. I'll take Virginia on that game. I think it's going to be a close one against UNC. So Kentucky just burned a timeout. 20.2 seconds left to go. They're taking on South Carolina. That's on the network before Kansas versus Oklahoma. As we'll tip off, I believe, in around 5 minutes from now. If they still have the Kentucky game up on the screen, if that goes into overtime, I'll look at the scoreboard and keep you guys posted until the game comes up here on the TV, able to call play-by-play when I have it. Make sure to vote in that poll. Who do you guys got in this one today, Kansas or Oklahoma? Make sure to smash that thumbs up, hit that like, hit that subscribe here before we start off on the stream today. Ian, welcome in, man. Glad to be an inspiration to you. Best of luck with your channel there, brother. That's awesome. Yeah, good thing you didn't for yesterday there, Andrew. Vaughn, welcome back in. Kansas with 8 straight victories entering today. They got 2 tough road victories last week. It's just so tough especially in the Big 12, to pick up those road victories. Tougher than any conference in all college basketball. I streamed a week ago. That was my last stream, the one they won at Texas Tech 75-72, and then they won on Saturday at West Virginia 76-62. Oklahoma, right now, they are the last team in the bracket on the bubble, as South Carolina just missed the three. Kentucky got a rebound, so Kentucky with 3 seconds. Kentucky missed the three. They're going to have to shoot a three to win for the tie, and they missed it. It's over. In this game, South Carolina just beat Kentucky 71-68. That's unbelievable. They had 3 chances on a three-point shot, and they missed all of them. That is unbelievable. This is a South Carolina team, really young team that they have, with their key players being freshmen or sophomores on the team, and they just knocked off Kentucky. Unreal. They had losses entering today against George Washington. That was one of them. They lost by 19 to Furman. They lost against UAB by double digits. East Carolina. So they have multiple losses against mid-major teams, and they just beat Kentucky at Rupp. That's just insane. Like, Kentucky's just fallen off the map. The announcers were talking about it during the game that, like, nobody's scared of playing Kentucky anymore in the SEC. It's completely changed now that Alabama, Tennessee, Arkansas, the face now currently of the SEC. Missouri jumping into the top 25 last week. Man, what a huge win for South Carolina. They just won against Kentucky. That is unbelievable. Yusuf, welcome to the stream, man. Thanks so much for joining in. Alex, welcome in. Yeah, doing much better. We're going to tip off in about 3 minutes from now. We get the starters for this game here. For Kansas, DeJuan Harris, Grady Dick, Jalen Wilson, Kevin McCullough, and KJ Adams, the starting 5 tonight for the Jayhawks, going up against Oklahoma starters. Jalen Hill, Milos Uzan, Grant Sherfield, Jacob Gross, and Tanner Gross. This is an Oklahoma team that's the last team projected in the bracket as an 11 seed play-in, entering today according to Bracketology and ESPN. They don't have a signature win this season. They have wins over Nebraska, Seton Hall, Ole Miss, Florida, Texas Tech, but all those teams basically like NIT. Texas Tech not helping out the cause, down by 19. I'm actually a Providence fan, if you guys didn't know. I cover different games, college hoops and NBA. Yeah, a lot of the games recently, because Kansas has always like jumped into the time slot or so when I've been able to cover games recently, so it's been a lot of good like Big 12 games recently I've got to cover, which has been good. But yeah, if you guys are new in the channel, make sure to hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. Thanks so much, Jess, for joining in. Hit us up in the chat who you guys got tonight in this one here, Oklahoma or Kansas. We're going to tip off in just a moment. What's good, Vegas? Welcome back in here, man. Hopefully it should be a good game. I saw the line was Kansas was favored by 11 entering today, but a lot of these conference games in the Big 12 have been extremely close. Yeah, feeling much better. Hey, best of luck there to Jess. So, Jess taking Oklahoma today in the upset. It's going to be a tall task to do. This would go down as a massive win for Oklahoma because they're looking for that signature-type win. Yeah, I hope to be back on, I think, Thursday, Celtics against Nets for my next NBA stream. Yeah, I think I had 2 plans last week before I got sick or so. I'm trying to, like, do, like, a 50-50 for it. So half college, half NBA, until we get to, like, the tournament and stuff. Woo Pig, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining in, man. We're going to tip off in just a moment. Oklahoma against Kansas. Laszlo, thanks so much for joining in. KU alum on the chat here. Let's go. Hit us up in the chat. Who you guys got in this one? Make sure to vote in the poll as well. Oklahoma goes in there. Maroon uniforms, white numbers, white letters for this matchup on the road for the Sooners. I think tomorrow, because I'm gonna stick to like one game per day, because I've been in recovering for the past couple of days. Tomorrow I have planned Arkansas against Alabama. That should be a really good game for tomorrow. That's a 7 o'clock game, so earlier start time for tomorrow for that one. Sports Dude, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining in, man. Glad to have you back in. Kansas with the home whites for this matchup. Blue numbers, blue letters, red outline. This game's at Allen Fieldhouse as it's rocking. They've never lost against Oklahoma since 1993 for Kansas. It's been that long since they last lost in their home floor here. Kansas left to right in the floor. Oklahoma right to left as we get tipped off. The ball gets tipped towards the scorer's table out of bounds. They're going to have to redo the tip. Bradley, welcome back in, man. So 1 second through so far. Redo the tip as it was tipped out of bounds off the Tanner Groves, KJ Adams half-court tip, and now Kansas controls the opening tip. First possession of the game, Juwan Harris. Pass off to McCullough. Dick moves it on top to Adams. Into the hands to Harris once again. Off the Dick of the left wing. Gives over to Wilson. Turns the corner. Drives inside. Floats it up. No good. Great defense. First possession by Oklahoma. Stopping the top scorer in the Big 12, Jalen Wilson. Sooners first possession of the game now. Milos Uzan takes up the floor. Off to Tanner Groves, top of the key. Hands it off to Uzan once again. Out to the wing, Groves. Pass on top. Uzan takes a three. Missed off the front rim. Dick with a defensive rebound. Second possession now for Kansas. 40 seconds into the game. Runner drops through. Juwan Harris on the board. First basket of the night. We'll see if Oklahoma can respond here. Second possession of the game for the Sooners now. Milos Uzan moves it out to the top over to number 25, Grant Sherfield. Transfer from Nevada. Lost it. Gets it back. Takes the jumper. He hits it at the elbow by Grant Sherfield. Sherfield, top scorer in Oklahoma this season, averaging just under 17 points per game. Jalen Wilson right now looking like candidate for National Player of the Year. Top scorer in the Big 12, toughest conference, all college basketball, putting up around 21 points per game for KU. And he is right there, along with Zach Edey at the top for National Player of the Year candidate right now. Harris attacking downhill, getting to the rim, missed on the layup as it hit the bottom right part of the backboard. Oklahoma with the ball. 18-20 remaining in the first. Sooners have it. Uzan passes off the roll down. Tanner Groves moves it around the perimeter. Off to Jacob Groves now, attacking inside, spin move over Wilson, no good, defensive rebound, pulled down by Wilson. Here goes Kansas with it, Jalen Wilson, extra pass to Harris. On the top of the free throw circle, Adams, handoff to McCullough. Here's a three taken by McCullough straight away, that missed too short, and the rebound controlled by the Sooners by Milos Uzan. Kick out corner, three on its way, Jacob Groves too short. Both of these teams struggling to settle into the game so far. A lot of missed shots right from the get-go. Deep range three, Oklahoma skidded off the rim, went out of bounds. They had multiple opportunities and couldn't send any of them down. 3 shots on that possession, all misses. Maliko, welcome back in. Thanks so much for joining in. 17.5 left to go. 1 for 5 shooting by Oklahoma. 1 for 4 by Kansas so far. Harris. Lob down low, gets it over to Adams. Turn around, right block, puts it up and in. That's good. Up and in off the backboard. KJ Adams for 2. So Kansas using that low post to their advantage so far. All 4 points coming from the key in this game. That's a missed 3 by Oklahoma. Rebound goes back to Kansas. Harris up the floor. Moves it over to Dick. Turns the corner, drives with the right hand. Missed the layup. Defensive rebound hauled in by Tanner Groves. Pass midcourt with Uzan now for Oklahoma. Sooners with 17 minutes left to play. They move it on top over to number 25, Grant Sherfield. Sherfield at the elbow. Passes at the wing over to Tanner Groves. Lob inside to his brother, Jacob Groves. He banks it in, up and in off the glass. We're tied up at 4. Riley, welcome in. Christian, welcome on board once again, man. Great crowd so far, 30 plus watching. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Wilson, hand off to McCullough, off to Adams in the post. Moves it out to the corner, McCullough drives baseline And that's a turnover by Kansas. Kevin McCullough, turnover with the basketball, driving baseline to the hoop. It will go back to Oklahoma. Yeah, crazy, man. South Carolina upset Kentucky. That's unbelievable. That game took place at Rupp, too. South Carolina had losses against UAB, Furman, George Washington, East Carolina. They had multiple losses entering today against mid-major teams by double digits. They got destroyed at GW. Tanner Groves inside, stripped, tried to get it back, lost it, turnover by Oklahoma. A sloppy game so far, back-to-back turnovers we just seen. Wayne, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining in, taking Kansas in this one. 4 minutes through, 4-4 to score. Slow start between these two teams so far. Harris dribbles up to the key, floats up the runner, swoosh. DeJuan Harris got two more. Yes, it is, Riley. Yeah, this game's going on live right now. 15:50 remaining in the first. Sooners with a possession, out to the top, straightaway three. Groves around the rim, no good. Jalen Wilson secures the defensive rebound. Yeah, Kentucky never led the whole game. They lost against South Carolina, the worst team in the SEC. South Carolina lost in overtime against Vanderbilt last week. Adams receives the pass, down low, too strong off the glass. Offensive rebound. No good again by KJ Adams, but he draws the foul. He'll head to the free throw line to shoot two. We're going to take the media timeout as well. 15:25 remaining in the first so far. Kansas up. Slow start offensively here in this game. 6-4. All right, if you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe here as we head to the timeouts. First time today, I'm going to look at the college basketball scoreboard. Keep you guys posted right now because there's a lot of great games going on. A lot of games that's just gone final. But I've been starting off the stream. Here's the games that's gone final here. Kansas State winners once again over Oklahoma State, 65-67. K-State with a 8-point victory as they're still undefeated in the Big 12. Right now, they're the most surprising team in all of college basketball for K-State. For a new head coach, multiple new players in the team, and for them to just have one loss right now and jumped all the way to number 11, from receiving votes to number 11, incredible for K-State what they've done. Michigan State, I'm telling you guys, Michigan State's going to be a sleeper for March. So they were without Malik Hall for 3 weeks, and they got a road victory at Wisconsin today, 69-65. Those road wins, so tough, especially against top 25 opponents. Bradley to the membership. Let's get that member hype out on the stream for Bradley. You the man, brother. Yeah, I'm a Providence fan, by the way, if you guys didn't know. I'm from Southeast Mass. I'm like 20 minutes east of Providence. Man, they've been playing so great lately. Kansas State won against Oklahoma State today. Let's see what else we got right here for scores that's gone final. The one that we talked about earlier, South Carolina winners over Kentucky. That is a major shock as it puts Kentucky most likely more into the NIT range than actual tournament right now for Kentucky. They got a lot of work to do to get back to the bracket. Florida with a win over LSU, 67-56. As crazy as that sounds, LSU lost at home by 11. To Florida, which that's a huge win for Florida right there. Florida keeps them afloat, at least. They got a ton of work to do, but at least it keeps them afloat with opportunities going forward. And then I want to see that result in Notre Dame game against Georgia Tech that they played. Notre Dame, I believe, they're winless in the ACC. That was a team that brought back a lot of players from their squad from last season. They also had a bunch of those players as seniors that came back as fifth-year players now. Yeah, that game's still going on. Overtime, 72-72. Notre Dame hosting Georgia Tech. It's tied with 23 seconds. Hey, thanks so much, Bradley. Really appreciate it, man. You guys, the legends in the stream. 2 free throws here at the line for Kansas. The first one's good by KJ Adams. Yes. Coach Cal's definitely in the hot seat. I think this is going to be it for him this season. Second free throw good by Adams. 15-20 remaining in the first. Oklahoma down by 4. They're able to take it past midcourt. So they will slow down the basketball, put into the hands of the point guard, Grant Sherfield. Sherfield defended the outside by McCullough. Bounce pass top of the key. Sam Godwin, number 10, first time into the game today. Jalen Hill as well, number 1 for Oklahoma. Sherfield into the key. Nice extra pass. Shovels underneath the hoop out to Sam Godwin, who throws it down with a two-handed dunk. Under 15 minutes remaining in the first, 5 minutes through so far. Harris, bounce pass, a left elbow over to KJ Adams. Over to DeJuan Harris once again at the wing. Moves it on top to McCullough, lobs it over to Harris. Harris backs his way inside the key, puts it up, and no good. Too strong off the glass. Rebound controlled for Oklahoma. 14:30 left to go in the first. Sooners down by 2 with a possession. Tanner Groves, spin move. Dick goes down, and an offensive foul. That's Jacob Groves, number 34. So Jacob Groves lowering the shoulder into Grady Dick, who takes the charge. The ball go back to Kansas. Harris takes up the floor, bounce pass off to Wilson, works his way, low block for the top score in a Big 12 pivot move. Missed off the mark, no good, tipped off the glass, battle for the rebound, and a tie-up here. Possession arrow will go to Oklahoma. Great defense by Oklahoma throughout this game to keep them in right now. That's what they're known for the Sooners team. They're not like a great scoring team for them, but they struggled to defend the interior. That was the big question going into this game because they've really struggled defending the paints. But they're a great three-point defensive team, and they're also top 30 in the nation in fewest points allowed. Sooners with the ball, down by 2, 14 minutes left to go in the first. Out to the corner, Jalen Hill. Dribbles up into the key, moves it back outside. But John Cortez now, number 14 into the game, first time. Drives, no good. Putback is good, though, by Sam Godwin. We're tied up at 8. What a game so far. Sam Godwin comes in immediately off the bench with 2 quick buckets and 3 rebounds. 4 points, 3 boards by Godwin. McCullough moves it off to Zach Clements. First time today for Kansas. Wilson takes a 3 straight away, missed off the back rim. And Oklahoma pulls down the defensive rebound. 13.5 left to go. Sooners with the ball up the floor. Sherfield going to slow down the possession here for the Sooners. Brings a double team. Moves it out to his left to Cortez at the top of the key. Working on Harris. Dribbles. Drives. Floats up the hook. Well short. And the rebound controlled by Zach Clements. Looking to push it for Kansas. Out to McCullough as he will draw the foul. Kevin McCullough getting right onto the break. Clock will stop. 13:11 left to go in the first as McCullough will shoot 2 at the line. Mario, welcome in. Thanks so much for joining in, man. Feeling much better today. 50 plus watching right now. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe here. Ring that notification bell as well. I cover basketball action, play-by-play of college basketball games, also NBA games as well. So 2 free throws at the line for McCullough. First one is good. I saw parts of it. It was not good yesterday. You can change your television screen after like the first 5 minutes. Georgia TCU. King Markey, welcome to stream, man. Yeah, Providence ranked at number 19 this week. They've been on a roll. Second free throw is good. I cannot show the game due to copyright, just play-by-play only. Sooners with a possession. Jacob Groves hands it off to Sherfield. Moves it out to his right to Cortez. Brings a double team. Lobs inside. Catches it. Puts it up. And that's good for the layup by Sam Godwin. So another response there by Oklahoma. Sam Godwin Quality minutes. He's got perfect 3 for 3 from the floor with 6 points so far. Rolls around the rim. No good. Missed by McCullough. And knocked out of bounds. Last touch by McCullough trying to go up for the rebound. The Sooners going to have it once again. Oklahoma right now hanging in tough. 12:30 left to go in the first. I was kind of shocked to see the line was 11 points that Kansas was favored in this game, because when it seems like these two teams have played recently, it's been like close games. Harris picks off the pass. Kansas with the ball once again off the Oklahoma turnover. Entry pass inside. Clements right behind the defense. He scores with the right hand up and in off the backboard. Kansas with a 2-point lead. 12 minutes left to go in the first now. Sooners will try it again off the turnover. Sherfield dribbles past midcourt. Oklahoma really has to take care of the basketball if they want to beat a team like Kansas that doesn't make too many mistakes. That time, driving right to the rim. Sherfield gets the layup as he blows past the defense. Grant Sherfield attacking downhill. Top scorer for Oklahoma this season, a transfer from Nevada. Here goes Pettiford as he turns the corner at the low block. Oh, nice pass to a cutter. McCullough couldn't finish, though. Kevin McCullough missed the layup, and the ball goes back to Oklahoma. Sooners down low, poked loose. A whistle, though, on the floor, and that's going to result in a foul picked up by Zach Clements. That'll be on Clements, his first, and we head to the timeout. Second timeout of the game, and 12-12 the score here, and a good one so far between these two teams. Oklahoma's made the last 3 shots they've attempted. 11:29 left to go in the first right now. All right, 50 plus. Thanks so much all for watching, being a part here. Make sure to vote in that poll. Who do you guys got in this one, Kansas or Oklahoma tonight? Yeah, Sooners haven't won in Allen Fieldhouse since 1993. I think their last 5 games, though, have been like 7 points or less. They've played Kansas by that. The last 5 games that's been decided by that. So it's been close between these two teams historically. Defense for Oklahoma right now, keeping them in the game, limiting Kansas to just 27% shooting from the floor. Nobody's made a 3. The Sooners 0 for 5 from 3. Kansas 0 for 2 so far. Kansas just 4 for 15 shooting. They made 4 free throws at the line. Yeah, so many close games in the Big 12. It's been an incredible season so far. Texas Tech really just the oddball out right now. Texas Tech getting crushed at Iowa State 59-35. It's a 24-point lead for the Cyclones currently. And then K-State winners earlier today over Oklahoma State 65-57. Kansas State's been the most surprising team this year. Rich Samuel, welcome to the stream. Glad to have you guys on board being a part here tonight. Tennessee up against Vanderbilt, currently 15-12. Virginia leading North Carolina 10-7. So those are a couple of other notable games going on. Auburn, I don't even know why they're still ranked right now for Auburn. They're at number 21. They've struggled on the road. There was a game I covered for Auburn. Oh, it was against Florida a couple weeks ago. They barely beat Florida, and it was a home game for Auburn. Auburn's still ranked inside the top 25. They're losing at Ole Miss right now, 19-12. When I covered that game, I couldn't believe that they were ranked. They turned it over so many times. I think they turned it over like 20-something times in that game against Florida. Florida right back turned it over a bunch. Tomorrow I plan on being back live. One stream for tomorrow. It will be Arkansas against Alabama. I hope to do so. Feel free to join in for that one. That will tip off around 7 p.m. tomorrow. Alabama looks like the real deal. Coming off a huge win against Kentucky. And Kentucky, with their loss today, puts them more in the pack with like Vanderbilt, South Carolina, Texas A&M, towards that grouping in the conference. Then like it puts them well away from Alabama, Tennessee, Arkansas in that upper tier in the conference. Yeah, I heard about that. Steph Curry coming back tonight. Juwan Harris, KJ Adams, both with 4 points so far. Sam Godwin for Oklahoma coming off the bench, leading the way. He's got 7 as he was fouled. So Godwin will head to the free throw line, shooting foul here as we get back to action. 11:29 left to go in the first. First free throw is good. It's only 64% at the line, and he made the first one. And the second free throw is good, so Godwin makes them both. 11:20 left to go in the first. Kansas with the ball. Dick moves it out to his right to Harris. Moves over to Grady Dick. Catch and fire 3. Skipped around the rim, no good. Defensive rebound pulled down by Sam Godwin. Well, that man definitely needs to be in the conversation for Grady Dick this year. He's been spectacular from three-point range. Kick out to the corner, 3 by Uzan. He drills the 3 for Oklahoma. They work their way into out. The largest lead of the game now for the Sooners, 17-12. 10:45 left to go in the first. Dick moves it out to his right over to Clements. Clements dribbles towards his left around the perimeter, gives it back to Grady Dick. Spots up, takes the 3 straight away. Bang, bang, he drills it by Grady Dick. Grady Dick been tremendous from three-point range this season. One of the top perimeter threats in all college basketball, currently number 8 in D1. They put that stat up at 48% from three-point range. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can dig into the stats sometime, maybe during a timeout, and see some of the players. I saw Darius McGee from Liberty. He leads the entire NCAA in made threes per game for him. Dump off down low. Sam Godwin working on Grady Dick, and he throws it down inside the low post. How about bench points tonight? Sam Godwin, 10 points off the bench right now, with under 10 minutes left to play in the first. Jalen Wilson at the free throw circle. Quiet game for him so far. Dribbles back out to the perimeter. Moves out to Clements. Takes the 3. Oh, he hits it. Zach Clements drills a 3. Don't see that too often. 1-point game. 9.5 left to go. Clements with 5. Coming off the bench for Kansas. Godwin backs his way on Clements. Puts it up. Too tall off the glass. Poke loose. Turnover. Goes right back to Kansas with the basketball. Dick had it stripped. Lost it out of bounds. Last touch, though, by the Sooners. So it will stay Kansas ball as we got 9:20 left to play. Sam Godwin accounting for 10 of the 19 points so far for Oklahoma. It's been quite a weird game so far. Jalen Wilson yet to score 11 minutes. And he's played the most minutes out of anybody. 0 for 4 shooting, no points for Jalen Wilson. And entered today as one of the top scorer in the Big 12. And one of the top players in all of college basketball as Kansas took a 3. Went out of bounds in the corner. And nobody touched it for Oklahoma. So this will go to the Sooners once again. Seems like every Kansas game lately has been, for the majority of them, have been thrillers for them. That game against Oklahoma State from a few weeks ago, missed pass off the cutter. It's the wrong player there for Oklahoma as they turn it over. McCullough came up with a steal. 5 turnovers so far for the Sooners. That's what they have to calm down if they want to pull off a big upset. Kansas open 3, drills it down. The Jayhawks take the lead. That's Zach Clements once again. Off the bench, he's got 8 points, perfect 2 for 2. 8.5 left to go. Tanner Groves drives right past the defense and scores. Pettiford takes up the floor. Pettiford at the top, defended by Sherfield. Dribbles up to the low block, working on Sherfield. Bounce pass off to McCullough. McCullough down low post, puts it up, and he will not be awarded the bucket. So Kevin McCullough inside the key, called on the travel for him. Yeah, a little hezzy right there. But McCullough working on Uzan, so another turnover by Kevin McCullough. 2 turnovers so far, so 2 turnovers as a team for Kansas, both of them by Kevin McCullough for the Jayhawks so far. We got 8 minutes left to go in the first. Jalen Hill inside the key, swarmed by Clements, gets past him, and draws the foul going into a layup. So Clements picks up the blocking foul. This will send Jalen Hill for Oklahoma to head to the free throw line. Clements got a quick 2. And the first free throw missed at the line for Oklahoma. Wow, 20 for 20 hit the free throw line by Jimmy Butler tonight. That's phenomenal. If you guys are new in the stream, we got 70 plus watching right now. Hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. I cover basketball action here on the channel, play-by-play of college hoops, also NBA games. Great game so far, 21-21 with 8:01 left to go before halftime. The Sooners will have one more free throw here at the line. As we have a substitution before the second free throw by Kansas. Zach Clements, 8 points off the bench. He will check out of the game right now for Zach Clements. They got KJ Adams back in for Kansas. Second free throw here at the line for Jalen Hill, and he got it. 1 point Oklahoma lead, 8 minutes left to go. Bobby Pettiford for Kansas out on the floor with KJ Adams, Grady Dick, Joseph Yesufu, and Kevin McCullough. Yesufu turns the corner, floats up the runner. He hits it. Knocks down a teardrop right there by Yesufu to take the lead right back for KU. Great game so far. 7.5 left to go in the first. Yeah, ACC has been really weak. Virginia, I think they got up to number 2 in the rankings like last month, and they've dropped back for them. They played some close games against opponents that they should have definitely beat. We're going to take the media timeout right now. 7:29 left to go. Heading to the timeout, 23-22. Great game between these two teams currently. Just another night in the Big 12, basically. That's what it is. Addison, welcome to stream, man. Sorry to hear that there. That Wisconsin couldn't get the job done. Let's see. I'll check those scores out for you guys because I'm interested myself to see UNC, Virginia. Yeah, wow. North Carolina is winning at Virginia currently, 16-13 UNC. So Virginia just 13 points with 7:30 left to go in the first half. Auburn's losing right now at Ole Miss, 24-20. I said it during the last timeout. Like, I don't know how in the world Auburn's still ranked in the top 25 currently. Like, Ole Miss is in that tier with Vanderbilt, South Carolina. That's where Kentucky's trending down into. They're going the wrong way, spiraling downwards into that tier with Ole Miss. Yeah, LSU with a bad loss today against Florida. Florida, that win keeps them afloat, but they still got a lot of work to do for Florida. Vanderbilt, Tennessee leading 26-20 against Vandy. Man, Texas Tech is just... Is that real? I'm going to double check on the score of that. Do a double take to make sure that's real. Yeah, it is. Wow. Iowa State really propelled themselves up in the rankings from last week to this week. Iowa State leading Texas Tech 70-39. So we got a new... looks like we got one team in the Big 12 that's well far from all the others right now. I did not think Texas Tech would be that bad this year. They've got no signature wins. I think when I covered them a week ago, their best win was Georgetown and Louisville. They had for power conference victories for them. That's rough. 72-39, Texas Tech losing at Iowa State. R, welcome back on the stream. Thanks so much for joining in, man. Georgetown tied up with Seton Hall right now, 27-27. Villanova tied up with DePaul, 15-15, and Illinois in a must-win game at Nebraska. Illinois up right now 20-15 at Nebraska. That's a game that's really interesting because Illinois, they've been going the wrong way as well. Notre Dame won by 1 against Georgia Tech in a game they definitely needed to win 73-72. All right, so we come back from the timeout right now. 7:29 left to go in the first. There will be an inbound by Oklahoma in their front court underneath their hoop. Milos Uzan, the inbound passer, moves it out to the corner. Open three, Sherfield, no good. Skipped around the rim and out. And Kansas comes out with a defensive board with McCullough. Bobby Pettiford takes up the floor. It's Pettiford, McCullough, KJ Adams, Joseph Yesufu, and Grady Dick, the 5 in the court for Kansas. Lob down low, off to McCullough, deflected out of bounds by Jalen Hill of Oklahoma. 14-10, bench points been a difference maker in this game in favor of Oklahoma right now as Tanner Groves will check back into the game for the Sooners. He's on the floor with his brother Jacob Groves, Grant Sherfield, Jalen Hill, and Milos Uzan. Kansas gets the inbound, top of the key, McCullough. McCullough dribbles up to the elbow. Moves over to Adams, swings it out to the wing off to Yesufu. Yesufu takes the 3 at the right wing, missed off the back rim. And the defensive rebound pulled down by Jalen Hill. 7 minutes left to go in the first. Sooners have it. Deflected and goes out of bounds. Far side of the floor. Pass was deflected off the fingertips of Dick. It's been a defensive battle so far. Exactly what Oklahoma's wanted to do entering this game. They are top 30 in the nation in fewest points allowed. The inbound goes to Tanner Groves on the outside. Groves towards his left around the perimeter. Top of the key. Hands it off to Sherfield. Sherfield dribbles back at the elbow. Moves on top to Groves. Off fake. Lost control of the basketball. Kansas comes out with a steal. Attacking. Euro step downhill. Huge rejection from behind by Tanner Groves. Rejecting the Bobby Pettiford layup attempt, and the Sooners have it back. Great defense there by Oklahoma. They've done it all game long. Up fake, Sherfield, bounce pass. Oh, nice feed, Tanner Groves. Oh, he's denied. KJ Adams blocks Tanner Groves right at the rim. Dick moves it on top, spots up, takes the 3, open. Pettiford, no good, missed around the rim and out, and the Sooners come up with a defensive rebound. Both of these teams with shots that they've looked to see if they can hit down, but just not on the money so far in this game. It's been more of a great defensive battle so far here. Blockfest last couple possessions. Skip pass left corner. Sherfield takes the 3. Missed off the back rim. No good for Grant Sherfield as McCullough comes out with a defensive board. On the top now, off to Adams. Hand off to Pettiford. Pettiford dribbles up inside the key. Bounce pass off to Adams. Missed it on the shot there as it went off the back iron twice. No good. Sooners come up with a defensive rebound. 5:30 left to go. Oklahoma scoreless in the past 3 minutes. Milos Uzan moves on top. Tanner Groves sends it off to Jacob Groves. Jacob Groves backs his way mid-block and gets called into travel. Turnover by the Sooners. That's been a problem spot for them. Number 7 now for turnovers. Oh boy, Von Maiden on Street View right there. Oh boy. 80 plus watching right now. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit that thumbs up, spike that like, hit that subscribe. Let us know out in the chat who you guys got in this one tonight. Kansas or Oklahoma, type it in. Rock Chalk or Boomer Sooner. Tremendous battle between these two teams. Both of these teams cold shooting the ball. Kansas at just 33%. Oklahoma much better from the floor, 45%, but the turnovers crushing them. 7 turnovers by the Sooners compared to 2 by Oklahoma. Here's a 3 taken by Kansas. That goes through as the Jayhawks extend the lead. It's actually going to be a deep 2. Foot was on the line by Kevin McCullough. They call it a deep 2. They lead by 3. Milos Uzan, top of the key. 4:45 left to go for the Sooners. Uzan dribbles, drives down the lane inside. He gets rejected. Another block by KJ Adams as it goes out of bounds in the corner. Yeah, I saw that. That was lopsided tonight. Sixers crushing the Pistons. Ape Can't Read, welcome to the stream. 4:42 left to go. What a game between these two teams. Zach Clements, the top scorer for Kansas currently with 8 points. Jalen Wilson, the top scorer in the team, averaging 21 this season, yet the score, he's got 0. Other players stepping up as Grant Sherfield turns the corner, attacks the paint, and scores in the right-handed layup. Sherfield, the top scorer this season for OU, averaging 17 points per game entering this game, as that short shot was left well short by Joseph Yesufu. Goes right back to Oklahoma. That is DeJuan Harris, who missed it short. 4:10 left to go in the first. Sooners with a possession. They move it out to the left around the perimeter. Into the hands of Jalen Hill at the corner, finds Tanner Groves. Groves working on Adams, bounce pass off to Hill, back to Tanner Groves, up fake, drives down the lane, right-handed hook, missed off the glass, and Adams comes out with a defensive board. Harris going to slow it down past midcourt. Harris bounce pass off to Wilson, looking to see if he can get on the board. Pivot, triple teamed, finally, they will not give the bucket to him. We've seen that a couple times today. Travels inside the key, and they will not award a bucket to Jalen Wilson. Wow. That looked like it was going to be an and one situation right there, as he received a lot of contact towards the left side of his body, but they call him on the travel. Turnover by Jalen Wilson in the key, and Oklahoma going to have it back as we take a media timeout as well. 3:43 left to go as we head to the timeout. Kansas up by 1, 25-24. Aaron, welcome back in, man. Thanks so much for joining in, brother. Yes, of course I remember you. John, welcome to the stream. Yeah, this has been a really good game right now. Like, whenever I've watched or covered Oklahoma versus Kansas recently, like, these games are, they've been really close. I think I said a couple timeouts ago that the last 5 games have been determined by 7 points or less between these two teams. One other game going on in the Big 12 right now, and it's not really competitive. Iowa State up over Texas Tech, 74-42. Other than that, games that we got going on currently, Virginia trailing. North Carolina leading 21-15 on the road at Virginia. Virginia just 15 points in the first 15 minutes of the first half. Tennessee leading Vanderbilt 35-30. And Auburn tied up with Ole Miss now 27-27. Yeah, Donovan Mitchell has got his reunion game tonight against his former team, Cavs at Utah. John, welcome in from Brazil. Thanks so much for joining in, man, internationally. That's awesome. Yeah, Thursday they got Pac-12 going on. So also WCC, Gonzaga's playing on Thursday. UCLA is on Thursday. Sometimes on Thursday they'll put Big Ten games out there. Big Ten's got, I think, Fridays this week for them. They also do Sundays quite a bit for Big Ten, but usually it's Tuesday and Wednesday they do Big 12 and SEC. And Big 12, once they get past like Monday Night Football, they do like more of the Monday games for Big 12 and ACC on Monday. I think that's how like the schedule's set up. Big East does Wednesday and Saturday for a lot of their games, because I'm a fan for Providence, and they've been playing a lot on Wednesday nights, usually like a 6:30 game on Wednesday, so it's a much earlier game than the average tip-off being like a 7 or 9. Big East usually has like a 6:30 game. I think they had one today between Butler and St. John's. Trip Poo, welcome back in the stream there. Yeah, best of luck to your team, man. They're in a tough one right now. $3:40 left to go. Props to Oklahoma right now for making this a game currently. 1-point game at the moment. Sooners with the ball as they take it up the floor. Milos Uzan moves it out to the right corner. Baseline drive, Sherfield. Bounce pass to the left corner. Uzan takes the three. No good. The follow is good, though. Jalen Hill with a putback up and in off the glass. Nobody there for Kansas in the box out. And the Sooners take the 1-point lead. My girlfriend's favorite team is also the Celtics. Yeah, she's a couple minutes away from Boston as Kansas attacks the paint. Juwan Harris, 6 points so far, all at the rim. Scores once again with a right-handed layup. 3 minutes left to go before halftime. This game's got 6 ties, 6 lead changes now. A really good game between these two teams, going back and forth throughout the course of the first half so far. As Kansas picks up another foul, this time a blocking foul once again, and will send Milos Uzan to Oklahoma to the line. The first one is good. Yeah, Friday nights, they got I think they do the Horizon League in the A10 that they have games on Friday nights, because Friday nights usually packed with they'll have the NBA national TV game on ESPN on the Friday night, so they'll put on a smaller game on the ESPN2, like an A10 game, or usually Horizon League game they do. They do a lot of the Ivy League games too. They do Friday and Saturday for Ivy League games. Pivot up and in off the glass. That's good for the first bucket of the night for Jalen Wilson, the top scorer in the Big 12. So finally on the board with 2:30 left to go before halftime. So he came into today averaging above 20 points per game. Sooners driving to the hoop. They had it blocked. It goes out of bounds. It will stay Oklahoma possession. Ape Dog, welcome to stream, man. Taking Kansas in this one. Hit us up in the chat who you guys got in this game tonight, Kansas or Oklahoma. Jumper at the baseline. The Sooners connect on it and take the lead right back with Grant Sherfield. Seems like one team takes the lead, the next team responds. That's how the game's been so far. KJ Adams moves it out to his left to Wilson. Wilson at the free throw circle. Looking to pass it out. He does around the perimeter. Gives it off to Pettiford. Now into the hands to Harris. DeJuan Harris dribbles up inside the key. Up fake. Harris, lob. Off to Adams. Puts it up. Tough bucket. He scores up and in off the glass. KJ Adams through 2 defenders, able to get that layup. 1:45 left to go before halftime. Making an impact on all sides of the court so far for KJ Adams. He's got himself right now 6 points, 3 rebounds. And also a block. And 2 blocks and a steal. Timeout taken on the court now by Oklahoma. As they burn their first timeout of the first half. 1:43 left to go before halftime. Man, it's been such a great game so far. Seems like a lot of these games, especially on weeknights that Kansas plays in, they're right down to the wire. These Big 12 games, a lot of them lately, have been great. It's been shocking seeing Baylor right now winless in the Big 12. Really, really shocking. All right, so 1:43 left to go. DeJuan Harris, incredible floor general, 3.4 assists to turnover for his ratio, ranking 10th in the nation. 1:35 left to go in the first. Oklahoma with an inbound back from the timeout. Spin move into the key. Milos Uzan, follow-away jumper. Tough one at the elbow, and he gets it for Oklahoma. Tough turnaround right there. Down to 1:20 remaining in the first. Milos Uzan with 7 for the Sooners. Harris at the right wing perimeter. 1:10 left to go in the first. Dribbles, drives down the lane. Harris gets his layup blocked as it goes out of bounds. Tremendous defense there by Jalen Hill as he denies DeJuan Harris at the rim. Yeah, Ohio State hasn't had that bad of a season. I think right now they're right outside the top 25 for them. Inbound for KJ Adams as he draws contact in the foul. It's going to be a blocking foul, so we'll send KJ Adams to the free throw line shooting 2. It's going to be Godwin who picks up the foul for Oklahoma. Rich, old boy, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much, guys, for joining in. First free throw by Adams, and that one rattles in. KJ Adams been doing a little bit of everything so far in this game. Makes the second free throw as well. Kansas takes the lead right back. Multiple lead changes today. I got it right here. They've got 12 lead changes and 8 ties. Final minute left to go in the first. Sooners with the ball with Uzan. Moves it out to the elbow over to Jalen Hill. Hill brings a double team. Hill shovels it out to the perimeter. Sherfield takes the 3 off the catch. That's well short. And Juwan Harris collects the long rebound. Harris lob over the top. Watch out. Adams puts it in and through behind the defense. Catches a lob and soars up with the right hand into the net. Able to put it through. Kansas by 3. KJ Adams up to 10 points so far in this game. Pumping up the crowd here at Allen Fieldhouse. What a matchup so far we've got in this first half. That's how they're able to push it up the floor off the long rebound by Juwan Harris. 36 seconds remaining. Oklahoma will get the inbound in their front court. Out to Sherfield in the corner. Sherfield brings the double team, moves it out to Hill. At the edge of the midcourt logo now for Oklahoma. Milos Uzan dribbles up to the elbow. Has to dribble back out to the perimeter. 12 seconds in the shot clock, 24 in the game clock. Moves it off to Sherfield. 7 on the shot clock now. Sherfield dribbles, drives down the lane to McCullough, puts it up. No good off the glass. And Jalen Wilson with a defensive rebound. 10 seconds left to go for Kansas. Wilson, cross-court pass, finds McCullough. One dribble, missed the slam dunk. He got fouled though. 6.1 seconds remaining. Kevin McCullough will head to the free throw line, shoot 2 for Kansas with 6.1 seconds. Wow, what a cut. Straight line to the hoop. Just missed the slam dunk, couldn't dunk it cleanly, but what a pass by Jalen Wilson finding Kevin McCullough out on the break, cutting straight to the hoop. 2 free throws here by McCullough, 6 seconds left to go before halftime. First free throw, that's good, right down the middle. This game is over on ESPN2 if you're looking for a TV channel. I can't show the actual game due to it's only play-by-play I cover. I can't do the copyright. For my projection, I would have taken Kansas. I think Oklahoma covers, though. They were an 11-point underdog. I think Kansas wins. I think for my prediction, I took Kansas by 6. Jumper is good at the elbow by Oklahoma. Off the rebound, Grant Sherfield puts it to a 2-point game going into halftime. He's got 10. That's a big, big bucket right there. Gives the Sooners momentum entering halftime off the rebound. 6 seconds up the floor. Sherfield able to launch one at the elbow and drilled it. All right, going into halftime here. 36-34 to score. If you guys are new in the stream, hit that thumbs up. Spike that like. Hit that subscribe here, folks. Feel free to join me tomorrow. I'll be back covering Arkansas against Alabama. Should be another great matchup. Number 4 Alabama taking on number 15 Arkansas. Game will start around 7 p.m. Eastern time. What should be a great one there. Wow. Man, that's a devastating bucket for Ian. Took Kansas 2.5 in the first half. Wow. Vanderbilt right now is leading Tennessee 39-37 at halftime. North Carolina up against Virginia. 25 seconds left to go before half in that game. UNC 29, Virginia 25. A lot of great games going on right now. Auburn up over Ole Miss 32-31. And Iowa State about to finish off against Texas Tech. It wasn't even close. There's big separation between number 10 and number 9 in the Big 12, and Texas Tech by far is the worst team. 82-50, Iowa State winners over Tech. Well, it's about to go final. 1 minute remaining before it goes final. 82-50 in the final minute. Iowa State leading Texas Tech by 32. So basically the majority of the Big 12 games have been close this season, and then that's just unfortunate there. Texas Tech just, well, what a drop-off they've had this year for them. Illinois looking good, up over Nebraska 34-23. That's a game Illinois needs to win to keep them in the bracket. That would be a terrible loss at Nebraska. Villanova's got a bunch of work to do. They lost against Portland in November. Right now they're up over DePaul 31-28, but it's been basically looking like NIT this year since like Thanksgiving for Villanova. They do have the win over Oklahoma though. Because Oklahoma, they've lost 4 of their 5 games by 4 points or less, which is a crusher here. That's why they're on the bubble. They're looking for that signature win. If Oklahoma pulls off this victory, it will put them for sure in the bracket. This is how big this game is early on in the Big 12 season for Oklahoma. This game is huge because they've got wins basically against teams that's like NIT, CBI type of teams at this rate that they've got wins against. That's their best power conference wins. Best wins against Nebraska, Seton Hall, Ole Miss, Florida, and Texas Tech. All those teams outside the bracket right now. And then just the close losses. The loss at Villanova, and then the loss against Sam Houston. That one certainly doesn't help in the opener. And then just close conference losses, Texas and Iowa State. So, yeah, many opportunities to get their resume in order with all the ranked teams. Half of the conference is ranked in the Big 12. So there's going to be multiple opportunities throughout the season to see if they be able to get like securely in the bracket as an at-large. Yeah, right now Mark Adams, he's in quite some trouble right now. This is shocking that Texas Tech just no signs of life today right now. So I wouldn't say he's like definitely in the hot seat, but I think it's something that needs to be addressed if it keeps on happening right now, if they keep on losing games, because they need to turn it around faster. Things are not going to look good. I think when it comes down to their home games, because the game a week ago when they lost against Kansas, they had won, I think it was like 29 straight for Texas Tech. They had won 29 straight home games entering last week when they lost against Kansas. And if they start losing home games against other teams in the conference, then that's where it gets concerning. Like if you start to lose like a home game here against like West Virginia or Oklahoma State, that's where it really gets concerning. I'm going to put up the poll for you guys. Thanks so much all for voting tonight here as we release the poll results. 63-37, Kansas took the poll over Oklahoma. Yeah, so Texas Tech just lost their 4th straight game in a row for them. And they have played their 3 others as close games. They lost by 6 at TCU. Lost by 3 a week ago against Kansas. Lost in overtime by 5 against Oklahoma on Saturday. And then they lose by 34 today at Iowa State. So they got upcoming. They schedule doesn't get easier than this. They're at Texas on Saturday. So another road game against their in-state rival. And then they host Baylor next Tuesday. Baylor, of course, is going to be hungry. They're winless. That's something shocking to see. Baylor's outside the top 25 and they're winless right now. But this is where it gets concerning here for Texas Tech. If they lose that game at home, Wednesday, January 25th, hosting West Virginia. That's where it gets concerning that week, into the Saturday, January 28th game at LSU. LSU right now, they're coming off a bad loss themselves against Florida. So that's going to be a game between two teams certainly hungry by that point, because who knows how many losses they've built up on their schedule by that rate. Michigan State, they should be ranked soon. They went 3 weeks without their best player outside the top 25. They come up with a road win at Wisconsin today. I covered that game in the Armed Forces Classic against Gonzaga early on in the season, and there were a couple bounces that certainly could have gone their way to win that game instead. Yeah, really appreciate it, Laszlo. Thanks so much for joining in. Yeah, I do a mixture between both NBA and college. I can't cover every single game because I actually work with a couple other schools, like announcing stuff in person that I started off at the beginning of the season, which is cool. But I'll try when I have a chance with some more games up in the future there. Feel free to join in tomorrow. I'll be back covering college tomorrow. We'll have Arkansas against Alabama at 7 p.m. tomorrow, so feel free to join in for that one. That's going to be a great game. Arkansas is the home team tomorrow for that game. Arkansas has won 18 straight at home, and they're ranked at number 15 this week. And then Alabama, they're legit. They come in at number 4 right now. That's a team that looks like they put themselves in the contender column for Alabama. They've played some really tough teams and won against them. They won a road game at Houston. They're the only team to beat Houston this year. Wow, Thunder and Heat 112-111. Yeah, I was debating about that tonight, because there's a lot of great games, like what I wanted to cover and stuff like that. But I saw that my Celtics are playing later in the week, so that's why I wanted to do NBA like later in the week. Jimmy Butler scored 35 points tonight for the Heat. Cavs up over the Jazz too, 47-46. So that's another NBA game going on. There's a couple that's gone final. Raptors over the Hornets, 132-120. And then Sixers crushed the Pistons tonight, 147-116. Hey, have a nice night, Alex. Thanks so much for joining in, man. Yeah, a lot of great games to choose from today, so that's really good. Vanderbilt's leading Tennessee right now, 39-37. And Auburn trailing at halftime at Ole Miss, 35-34. So both underdogs in the SEC winning right now at half by a slight margin. North Carolina up over Virginia at halftime, 29-25. But yeah, definitely feel much better. Thanks so much all for joining and supporting. After last week's stream, I actually got really sick, and I was down for Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yesterday felt much better. Today feel really good. K-State 15-1. Who would have ever thought before the season K-State would go 15-1? That is unbelievable. They lost their top scorer from last season, Nigel Pack, to transfer via Miami. He turns out to be the number 4 scorer in that team. And they have an up-and-coming star in Marquise Noel just taking over games for them. And Keontae Johnson's having a really good season, too, for K-State. Lion Man, thanks so much for joining in. Appreciate it, brother. Yeah, I've been really impressed whenever I've covered Kansas games so far this year. I think the big thing that separates them between other teams is that, like, crunch time games. They just always find a way to close out the game. They're just such a great team at adjusting and making those little changes that helps them win games in crunch time situations. Like, they have clutch moments in them that a lot of teams struggle to do in, like, the final minute. They'll force up bad shots. They'll crack under pressure. I think the thing that stuck out tonight, Oklahoma saving themselves through their defense so far in the first half. Oklahoma holding Kansas to 39% shooting in the first half, but really what the promising sign here for Kansas is that Jalen Wilson hasn't really got going yet, and if he gets going, this turns into a double-digit lead in a flash for Kansas. Jalen Wilson just 2 points, 1 for 5 shooting in the first half. Oklahoma has to cut back on the turnovers if they want to have a chance tonight right now, because they've got 7 turnovers in the first half. Kansas with just 3. Ooh, Nevada at San Diego State. Yeah, a lot of the games have been close. I'll probably go with that Nevada 9.5 tonight. Yeah, both those teams got really good records. Nevada, yeah, I think it's gonna be close. I'm shocked that number's far off like that. I think Nevada's looking out to prove that they get a good record and they're more than capable of hanging in against the team that's back in the top 25. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to see. I'll look on the schedule because I only get ESPN and ESPN2 for the games that go through here. So I actually don't get like ESPN Plus or Longhorn Network or any like different networks, because I know over on the SEC games they have a SEC network, ACC network. I actually don't have those premium channels. A lot of the games they put on ESPN Plus for a lot of the Big 12 games recently. Yeah, Nevada lost in overtime against K-State. So, yeah, looking at that, I think they're more than capable of hanging in and making that a close game. Yeah, Kansas State 15-1. I cannot believe I'm seeing that correct. No, I do not know Gematria. Yeah, it's a rivalry game. Vandy and Tennessee. I saw that Notre Dame beat Georgia Tech by 1. Notre Dame is very far from the bracket. They're one of the most disappointing teams this year for Notre Dame. I think a lot of their players are back. They have a bunch of 50-year seniors in that team, and they went from last year. They were a playing team in the tournament that got past Rutgers, and they just collapsed this year. We get back to action here. Second half about to begin. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Back to action. Kansas with the ball first, right to left on the floor. Grady Dick, bounce pass down low. KJ Adams scores up and in. Count it in the basket as he will get the fall as well for KJ Adams behind the defense. Great position. Adams got off the roll down. He gets Tanner Groves in the blocking foul. $12 points by Adams so far. Free throw is good as it rolls in. First possession now for Oklahoma to start off the second half. Tanner Groves lobs it over down low. Pass inside the key as Groves missed it off the glass. Draws the foul, though. Late blocking foul by Kansas. As they will get on the blocking foul, that will be on Jalen Wilson. So this will send Tanner Groves to the free throw line shooting 2. Jalen Wilson now with 2 personal fouls. And the first one's good by Tanner Groves. Farthest west I've been, probably only Pennsylvania for me, being from Massachusetts myself. Yeah, I haven't really traveled that far west. Second free throw is good. Oh, that's awesome. So, first one's on ESPN, Cold Air. Yeah, I'd have to check the schedule, see what other one is going on, but I can't imagine the other game being much better. It's probably like an ACC game or something that's on at the same time, as that is a missed layup off the rim. Oklahoma comes out with the rebounds. Grant Sherfield moves it over to Uzan inside the key, got stripped, gets it back though with the low block. Over to Tanner Groves at the elbow. Tanner Groves dribbles back outside. 19 minutes left to play. Moves it off to his brother Jacob at the right corner. 8 in the shot clock. Jacob Groves, spin move, strip, turns it over. 8th turnover to game now for Oklahoma as Kansas has it back. Adams attacking downhill, puts it up in. He scores up and in off the backboard on Jalen Hill. Gets the basket. KJ Adams, absolute motor tonight on the floor. 15 points, 5 for 8 shooting. The best player on the court tonight. Basically almost doubling his season average, averaging 9.7 points per game. Just needs another made field goal, and he's almost there. Sherfield, out fake, drives, turn around, mid-range, connects on it. Grant Sherfield for 2. So he's up to 12 points now, the Vada transfer. 18-10 left to go. Jayhawks with the ball. Grady Dick of the wing. Moves it on top over to Adams. Adams towards his left, hands it off to Wilson. Wilson takes the jumper, baseline, and he hits it. If Jalen Wilson starts to get cooking, things not going to look so hot for Oklahoma right now. Just 2 open right there at the left baseline for Jalen Wilson to die up to 2. 4 points now for Wilson. Shovel down low. Dick with a great defensive stop as he blocks Jalen Hill. This will stay Sooners basketball with 17:38 on the clock. Sooners get the inbound. Tanner Groves, hand off the free throw circle, off the Sherfield, bounce pass through traffic, deflected out of bounds. Last touch by Jalen Wilson, though, of Kansas. They got lucky, caught a break because that pass was well wide and away of Tanner Groves. They are struggling under pressure here with the turnovers as of late for Oklahoma. Jumper, the baseline off the inbound, connecting with it. That's a make by Grant Sherfield. They're shooting right now, keeping them in the game for Oklahoma. They're hitting some tough shots tonight. 50% from the floor, 16 of 32. Sherfield able to come off the ball, receive the pass, and take the jumper, able to beat McCullough around the screen. Sherfield called in a tech, though, after he made the jumper, so he was right next to the official, said something called in a technical foul. Grady Dick at the free throw line, and Dick missed the first one. He's going to have a second free throw, and Dick makes number 2. Yeah, that's costly right there. Giving them a free point on their home floor. There's nothing worse than that if you're Oklahoma right now. Grant Sherfield needs to know to keep his composure. Like, one extra point against Kansas, that's so difficult to make up. 17:25 left to go. Like, you have to realize these Big 12 games come down to the final possession. This could very well be one of them tonight. And if Kansas wins by 1, they win by 2. We're looking back at that technical foul being a big cause in the outcome. Grady Dick floats up the shot as he was contacted into by Jacob Groves, and this will send Dick to the free throw line. So Dick trying to get into a rhythm himself offensively. Only 4 points tonight. 17-10 left to play. First one he makes. And both teams shooting the ball well at the free throw line tonight. Kansas 11 for 13. Oklahoma 7 for 8 right now. Both teams cannot make a 3. That's been a problem. 1 for 9 by Oklahoma. 3 for 8 by Kansas. Second free throw good by Dick. Hey, thanks so much, Mario. Appreciate it, man, for joining in, and have a nice night. 17 minutes left to play. Sooners with the ball, down by 6. CJ Noland, number 22, now onto the floor. On the outside, it's Uzan, defended by McCullough. And Uzan called in the travel, far side of the floor at the wing of the perimeter. Turnover's been a costly one for Oklahoma. That's going to be number 9 for turnovers tonight. They're just giving the game away right now. This is a team right at the smack of the bubble for Oklahoma. ESPN put them as the last team in the bracket in the play-in game right now, and this is not how you want your resume to be. Turnovers just crushing you, and Kansas will head right back to the free throw line, drawing contact and the foul. DeJuan Harris going up with a right-handed hook down inside the key, able to get contact there by Tanner Groves. And Tanner Groves, one of the top players this season for Oklahoma, going to have to check out of the game, just picked up his 3rd. So foul trouble right now looks like this for Oklahoma. 3 by Tanner Groves, 2 by his brother Jacob Groves. Sam Godwin back into the game with 2 personal fouls, and he's played 10 minutes and scored 10 points off the bench. And Grant Sherfield with 1 personal foul that included a tech. Of course, that point's costly because Grady Dick made a free throw from that tech at the line. Harris at the free throw line and splits the free throws here, so he makes 1 of 2. Whereas Kansas has Jalen Wilson and Zach Clements just with 2 personal fouls. Everybody else with 1 or 0 right now. But Jean Cortez on the floor. His pass to the corner deflected out of bounds by Dick. I believe Sherfield had said something after he made a basket. So yeah, he got teed up. So he made a basket off the inbound, and then he got teed up right afterwards. I have the game on mute, so I'm not exactly sure what he said, but I believe it was because he said something, and it happened right next to the official. Warren, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining in, man. Sherfield attacking right to the paint. And DeJuan Harris will get called in a reach and foul here. The game clock will stop with 16-17 left to go. He's getting a little chippy right here between the 2 point guards. Referees had to come in and separate Sherfield and DeJuan Harris after that last whistle. Sherfield just really heated in the last couple minutes in this game. Hill down inside the low post. He is swarmed off a triple team. Hill puts it up, and he gets the layup up in and off the glass. (15:55 left to go. Kansas with a possession out to Adams. Puts the ball over to Wilson. Elevates for the J. Missed off the mark. Offensive rebound, though. DeJuan Harris couldn't save it, though, as he had to toss it over to the Oklahoma side. And Oklahoma came up with the ball attacking right into the paint. CJ Nolan takes it a distance and scores with a layup. 3-point game right now. 15.5 remaining. Oklahoma hanging in. Jalen Wilson moves it out to the wing off to McCullough. McCullough working one-on-one by Sherfield this time. Passes off to the free throw circle, off to Adams. Puts it up off the glass. And draws the contact and the foul. KJ Adams heading back to the free throw line once again. As Sam Godwin in deep foul trouble right now for Oklahoma. So he picks up personal foul number 3 right now. Here we have a timeout taken on the courts as well. This will be a media timeout. 15-16 left to go. 47-44. Kansas up by 3. Great battle all night long. Oklahoma will not go away. Foul trouble not looking like it's on their side right now, but Sooners in this game making their shots. Their shots more so in the paint that they've been able to make. Paint and deep twos. They've got a lot of tough shots on deep twos today. John, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining in, man. If you guys are new in the channel, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, or ring that notification bell as well. If you guys would like to be notified for future live streams I cover here. I cover college basketball games, play-by-play, also NBA games as well. Feel free to join in tomorrow. I'll be back for one stream tomorrow night. It will be Arkansas against Alabama at 7 p.m. Eastern time, so feel free to join in if you guys would like for that stream. Quick update on the college basketball scoreboard right now, and finally, these games going the way as the top 25 anticipated. Tennessee leading Vanderbilt 51-42. Auburn up over Ole Miss 46-39. North Carolina still leading Virginia currently 36-31. And Illinois up over Nebraska 39-31. The only thing that's shocking right now is DePaul leading Villanova 40-38, but Villanova far from the bracket this season. That's shocking still that Villanova is losing at DePaul, because the conference this season's been Georgetown last, DePaul second to last, and then after that another tier with Butler and Villanova in the mix. But man, they've really taken a step back this year for Nova. It just seems like it's going to be one of those, another night in the Big 12 with one of these games coming down to the wire once again. KJ Adams, big game today, 15 points, 5 for 8 shooting, perfect, 5 for 5 at the free throw line for KJ Adams. Big reason why Kansas is leading this game, stepping in the spot of Jalen Wilson doing most of the scoring for KJ Adams tonight. Jalen Wilson held to just 4 points, shooting 2 for 7 from the floor. Oklahoma leading the way. Grant Sherfield, 7 for 11 shooting. He's got 14 points for the top scorer. And then Sam Godwin playing 12 minutes off the bench, making a large impact on the floor. 10 points in the first half by Sam Godwin. $15-16 left to go. We'll have free throws coming up here at the line. This will be Kansas coming up to the free throw line. So this will be KJ Adams at the free throw line, 2 shots. And the first one he missed off the back rim. Second shot by Adams, and that's through. 4-point lead, 15-16 left to go. 16 points by KJ Adams tonight, the top scorer in the game. Oklahoma takes it past midcourt with Bajan Cortez. Puts it into the hands of CJ Nolan at the left wing, defended by McCullough. Nolan dribbles up to the top of the free throw circle, passes back outside to Sherfield. Sherfield guarded on top by McCullough. Sherfield dribbles, drives, kick out to the corner. Off to Jalen Hill. Oklahoma's only made 1 3 in this game today. Shovel out to the wing, 3. On its way, missed off the rim, no good by Bajan Cortez. Offensive rebound hauled in by Godwin. And we have a foul picked up by Kansas by Adams on a battle for the rebound. The clock will stop with 14:48. Right now, I've been a big fan of Jared Bynum. Man, Bryce Hopkins has been something special for PC this season. I'd probably say all time. I'd probably go with Chris Dunn for all time. Quick fall once again off the inbound, and KJ Adams just picked up another one. So that will be number 3 now by KJ Adams. So he's just picked up 2 quick personal fouls in the past 30 seconds. That's tough because he's been the one they've been rolling with throughout this game. Grant Sherfield now at the free throw line. He makes both of the free throws, so that was odd. So off the inbound, Adams picked up the foul. So number 3 by Adams. It was a tech. After Adams picked up the foul, Kansas issued a technical as a team, and plus the blocking foul here by Adams. So that's costly. So 4 free throws at the line in total. KJ Adams with a blocking foul, and plus a technical towards the bench after KJ's foul. First one is good by Oklahoma in the second pair of free throws. 14:43 left to go. Oklahoma's right in this game. Jalen Hill makes the second one. So Grant Sherfield perfect 2 for 2. Jalen Hill perfect 2 for 2. That's a major sequence 4-point game right now. 14:35 left to go. Kansas lob down low. Wilson couldn't handle it cleanly. Oklahoma comes up with a steal. Chance to take the lead here for the Sooners. Sherfield moves on top over to Hill. Spin move. Hill puts it up. He gets blocked and Kansas comes down with it. McCullough pushes up the floor. Bad pass deflected, intercepted by Noland. Here goes Oklahoma past midcourt. Noland attacking 3-on-2. Off the glass, scores up and in off the backboard. Count it in a foul by CJ Noland, and will shoot one at the free throw line. It's a big sequence. Kevin McCullough with a rushed pass up the floor that leads to the turnover and the 2 points plus the foul. And that's on Zach Clements, who picked up the blocking foul on Kansas. So CJ Nolan, tough take right there with a left hand, scoring in a layup. A lot of game left to go. 14-12 remaining. Only a career 57% free throw shooter. Shooting to the student section, and he missed it. Off the rim, no good. Should be 50-48. Yeah, scoreboard was wrong in the ESPN2 feed. 14 minutes left to go. Oklahoma with a 2-point lead. Kansas with it with Pettiford. Pettiford at the left elbow, slides it back to the top to DeJuan Harris. Harris defended 1-on-1 by Bajan Cortez. Bounce pass over to Wilson. Puts it up, gets clobbered, gets fouled. Milos Uzan in the middle of that will pick up the blocking foul from behind, defending Jalen Wilson. So Jalen Wilson will head to the free throw line, shoot 2 now for Kansas. 13:49 left to go. Man, what a game. 90 plus right now watching. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. I cover basketball action here on the channel, play-by-play, college hoops, NBA games. Top 10 in the Big 12 in free throw shooting for Jalen Wilson this season. 75%. First one's good. Second free throw missed off the back rim. And Milos Uzan for Oklahoma comes out with a defensive board. Sooners take a pass midcourt. Sherfield dribbles, attacks. Oh, he got stripped. Goes out of bounds, though. Last touch by Kansas. The game will stop with 13:39. It's been a lot of stop and start with loose balls as of late. Choppy with the personal fouls. 2 technical fouls in the game. One by Grant Sherfield here in the second half early on, the point guard for Oklahoma. And then one by the Kansas bench area a couple minutes ago. Milos Uzan off the inbound, drives to the left hand, scoop score up and in off the backboard, working on Zach Clements, and he gets the layup. Wow, surprising right now, Oklahoma by 3. 13:20 remaining. I am the Poppy. Welcome to the stream. Thanks so much for joining in, brother. Kansas in a 5-minute scoring drought almost. Pettiford passes down low. Clements up fake. Puts it up and draws the foul on the floor. This will be 2 free throws coming up by Zach Clements of Kansas. It puts Oklahoma with personal foul number 6 as a team in the second half. So both teams with 6 personal fouls each. But Jean Cortez, the one who picked up the blocking foul. Yeah, this game is going by snail's pace right now. 13:11 left to play. Zach Clements is only a 48% free throw shooter. Man. And the first one he makes. 2-point game now. So both teams have committed 6 personal fouls, and we still got above 13 minutes remaining in the second half. Second free throw is good. Both teams shooting the ball fairly well at the free throw line. Oklahoma 11 for 13, Kansas 16 of 21. 13 minutes left to go. Sooners with the ball. They've been struggling all game long from 3-point range. 1 for 10, 10% from 3. Top of the key with Milos Uzan for the Sooners. Uzan attacks on Dick, puts it up and goes around the rim, drops in for the right-handed layup. Tough drive right there by Milos Uzan. 11 points in the game for Uzan tonight. 12:35 remaining. Kansas down by 3. Pettiford moves it on top to Wilson. And away from the basketball here. Whistle will blow. With Oklahoma away from the basketball, picking up a personal foul. Grant Sherfield well away from the basketball with a foul. So Kansas now in the bonus. So Oklahoma just piling up the fouls right now, send Kansas into the 1-1 bonus for the first time in the second half. And this is Zach Clements, who's under 50% on the season, but a perfect 2 for 2 during the last trip. 10 points by Zach Clements tonight. And the first one he missed off the back rim. Battle for the rebound. Clements in a duo of 2 maroon uniforms comes up and forces a tie-up possession arrow, Kansas. Great hustle right there by Zach Clements to get his own offensive rebound right back and force the tie-up. Kansas will get the inbound in their front court. Lob off to Clements, top of the key. Hand off to Harris. Lobs it down low over to Wilson. Bouncing bodies off the glass. No good. First time, second time. Off the putback opportunity. Missed but got fouled once again. Man, this game is going at snail's pace right now. 12:22 left to go. Jalen Wilson will shoot 2 this time at the free throw line. They're just going off Oklahoma bodies, who's in desperate foul trouble right now. Multiple players with 3 personal fouls for Oklahoma. Jalen Wilson, 2 free throws coming up at the line. Grant Sherfield, 3 fouls. Tanner Groves has 3. Sam Godwin has 3 as well. 2 personal fouls by Jacob Groves, with Wilson making the first free throw. Kansas foul trouble. KJ Adams with 3. Everybody else with 2, 1, or 0. For Kansas, second free throw is good. Wilson makes them both. Wilson having a slow game today, just 7 points for the top scorer in the Big 12, but a lot of game remaining. 12:10 left to go in the second half. Anything could change just like a blink in an eye, especially with foul trouble. Fall away at the baseline. Grant Sherfield banks it for Oklahoma. That's a tough shot. They've been making tough shot after tough shot throughout the course of this game for the Sooners. Pettiford attacks downhill. Missed the layup and a huge rebound hustling in from behind by Tanner Groves. Here goes Oklahoma looking to push it. CJ Nolan now will slow it down at the right corner. Into the hands to Sherfield. Sherfield lost the dribble and the crossover fell down. Got it back to his teammate though. Uzan will slow it down this time. 14 on the shot clock. 11:40 in the game clock. Moves on top. Groves catching fire. 3 missed off the back rim. Those threes crushing them. Oklahoma cannot hit a 3 today. Just 1 throughout the entire course of this game. Harris drives, attacks, circles around the rim. Juwan Harris moves it over to Wilson. Wilson, top of the free throw circle. Attacks the lane on Tanner Groves. Puts it up and gets fouled once again. Smart decision there by Jalen Wilson. He is going directly after number 35, Tanner Groves, and he picks up his 4th personal foul. Oklahoma in deep foul trouble right now with some of their key players. Tanner Groves, their top front court player this season. Going to head to the bench now with his 4th. As we have a timeout taken on the court. Media timeout, 11:21 left to go. Wow, this is going to come down to like players remaining in the game right now. Oklahoma with a 3-point lead, but they've got key players in deep foul trouble. This game very well going to come down to the depth today. 4 fouls by Tanner Groves, 3 by Sherfield, 3 by Godwin for Oklahoma, whereas Kansas just 3 by KJ Adams. Michael, thanks so much for joining in. What a game. Seems like every single time these two teams meet up, it's close as of late. Seems like there's a fall like every single 15 seconds as well. Let's see. Christian, welcome in. I've got Buffalo to win it all. And I'm going to go Patrick Mahomes for MVP. Quick update here on other games throughout college basketball. Tennessee pulling away against Vanderbilt, 58-46. Tennessee currently. Auburn up over Ole Miss, 51-41. Virginia now with a lead over UNC, 49-42. Virginia with a much better second half with under 10 minutes left to go there. Illinois doing their part, leading Nebraska 55-38. Villanova is not. They got a long way to the bracket for Villanova. Looking like NIT right now, if lucky. 50-43, DePaul leading against Villanova currently. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. I cover basketball action here on the channel, play-by-play, college hoops, NBA games here on the stream. Wow, we got 100 plus right now watching. Really appreciate all for watching tonight. Hit us up in the chat. Who do you guys got in this one today? Kansas or Oklahoma? Type in Rock Chalk or type in Boomer Sooner. Who you guys have, who you're rooting for tonight. Yeah, definitely. Patriots will be super dangerous if they get Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. Thing about it is I don't know if the quarterback's the answer. That's the thing, because Mac Jones holds on to the football for a long time. That's the thing. By 4.57689 points. Jane and Mikhail, Brad, welcome to the stream. Thanks so much all for joining in tonight. We're going to get back to action in just a moment. We have 11:21 left to go. And Kansas will shoot shots here at the free throw line. 2 free throws coming up for the Jayhawks. Also to make note, they're now in the double bonus. So Oklahoma just committed their 10th personal foul as a team in the second half. Kansas with 6 in half number 2. And we're far from being done. 11:20 left to go. Jalen Wilson, 2 free throws here for Kansas. First one is good. Back from the timeout. Upward friend, welcome to the stream. Samuel, welcome in. Second free throw is good. 1-point game. So 10 fouls by Oklahoma, still with 11:15 left to play. Sooners take it up the floor with Milos Uzan. Tanner Groves on the bench currently with 4 personal fouls, their top front court player for the Sooners. Uzan has it at the low block, moves it on top to Sam Godwin. Godwin with 10 points in 10 minutes in the first half. Bobble ball. Oklahoma turns it over around the perimeter. Miscommunication on the handoff there, and Kansas has it back. Turnover's been a major issue in this game for the Sooners. Pettiford, bounce pass over to Harris. Floor general of the Jayhawks. Top 10 in the nation in assist to turnover ratio. Cross-court pass. Harris off to Pettiford. Back to Harris. Takes the 3. Comes out well short. Airballed it. Ball goes back to Oklahoma as there's a huge collision down low. Zach Clements with a blocking fall as he clobbers Sam Godwin. Godwin will head to the free throw line shooting 2. Zach Clements picks up his 3rd personal. Wow, he just ran straight into him. I think Godwin, he was just holding on to the ball down underneath the hoop, and Clements just crashed right into him. Nice job being patient right there by Godwin. Brian, thanks so much, man. Appreciate it. 2 free throws now by Sam Godwin. 10 points all in the first half. First one is no good, rattled out. So Kansas with 7 personal fouls. Oklahoma has a team with 10 right now. Jalen Wilson will check out of the game for Kansas along with Joseph Yesufu. So both of them are out of the game. They have Bobby Pettiford, DeJuan Harris, Grady Dick, Kevin McCullough, and KJ Adams back on the floor. Adams right now into the game with 3 personal fouls. 10:25 remaining. Second free throw good by Oklahoma. Both of these teams shooting a dismal rate at the 3-point stripe tonight. Kansas 3 for 9. Oklahoma 1 for 11 from 3. Pettiford dribble, drives, attacks with the right hand. Missed the layup, no good, but draws the blocking foul. Fouls just piling up for the Sooners. Number 11 as a team in the second half, Sam Godwin, called in the blocking foul, and he's in deep foul trouble as he picks up number 4. So, you got 2 front court players. The 2 tallest players on the team at 6'9" for Oklahoma. In deep foul trouble, both with 4 personal fouls. Tanner Groves and Sam Godwin. First free throw is a make by Pettiford. Kansas just attacking straight at Oklahoma until they can get both of those guys out of the game, and they'll be at the rate that they just don't have any size to contend. 10 minutes left to go. Second shot at the line was missed off the back rim. Kansas 21 for 28 on free throws. Oklahoma 12 for 15. Sooners take a 3 straight away. Sherfield drills it at the top of the key. That's the second made 3 of the game for the Sooners. A big one with 10 minutes even. Kansas with a possession. Harris at the top of the free throw circle. This game been super choppy today, with fouls after fouls. 15 seconds it seems like here in the second half each time. Pettiford bounce past the Dick. Finally getting these guys to play. Kansas yet to make a shot in the last 8.5 minutes. Adams puts it up off the glass, no good. Oklahoma with a defensive rebound by Milos Uzan. 9:20 left to go. Finally starting to play some basketball here with no calls. Passing off to a cut layup. Gets missed, no good, off the reverse hand by Jacob Groves. Put back opportunity by Godwin, able to draw the foul. And this will send Oklahoma to the free throw line. And this KJ Adams, once again, who picks up a blocking foul. That is number 4 by Adams. Wow, so you got 3 guys right now in this game with 4 personal fouls, still with above 9 minutes left to play. KJ Adams picks up his 4th for Kansas, and then 4 for Godwin and Groves for Oklahoma. Tanner Groves, that is. First shot missed to the line for Godwin. This game's just been wild. I remember a couple of games last year that I covered. I think it was Auburn against Arkansas that combined for like 52 personal fouls in a single game. Tonight right now we got 30 right now. So it's not like, I think in that game there was something like 28 and 24 for personal fouls for both of the teams. It was a 7 o'clock game, I remember, and it finished at like 8:45 or 9:45. It went like 45 minutes past the next game that was overlapping it for the 9 o'clock start time. 9 minutes left to go here. 5-point lead for Oklahoma. Missed hook by McCullough. Tipped off the glass. No good. Clements missed an easy putback opportunity. Oklahoma saves it at the baseline with the Sooners coming back with a basketball. Zach Clements could not make that tip in as easy as it could have been. Milos Uzan swings it out to the wing. Hill takes the three. Missed off the back rim. And a defensive rebound hauled in by McCullough. 8:40 left to go. Kansas will slow it down. On the top off to Grady Dick. Moves it out to his right to Harris. McCullough lobs it down low. Clements backs his way. Low post. Clements puts it up off the glass. No good. And Oklahoma comes out with another defensive rebound with Jalen Hill. This defense, top 30 in the nation. Something special right now for the Sooners. Holding Kansas to just 34% shooting from the floor. Down low. Missed the shot in the key by Uzan. Tipped off the glass. Kansas comes out with a rebound. And at midcourt, Oklahoma picks up a reach and foul. Milos Uzan reaching in as the clock will stop with 8:13, and Kansas will head to the charity stripe once again. Yes, that game's going to be super competitive. Jalen Wilson, 2 free throws here at the line for Kansas. First one is good. Man, a wild game tonight. 8:13 left to play. A long time remaining in this game. Plus, it's close. Second free throw is good. 3-point game. 120 plus watching right now. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Thanks so much all for joining in. And man, it's been an absolute battle tonight. Oklahoma, last team in the bracket, in the play-in, on the bubble, according to ESPN Bracketology, as a number 11 seed. Looking for a signature win. They haven't won at Allen Fieldhouse since 1993. The pass gets deflected out of bounds. It will stay Oklahoma basketball. 7:59 left to go. Yeah, Jalen Hill, they're looking at the replay right now. Jalen Hill off the Euro step did that touch a Kansas player. That's the thing. It looked like in the last replay, it looked like it was a turnover by Oklahoma, but they will check coming up as we head to the media timeout here. Kevin McCullough went absolutely irate about the call. Initial call was Oklahoma pass deflected off a fingertip of a Kansas defender. So we take the timeout on the floor. Media timeout right now. 7:59 left to go. This has been a crazy game. Kansas has missed their last 10 straight shots from the floor. They've only made their last 2 shots of the 13 attempts. They've been held without a field goal for 10 minutes right now. 10 minutes without a field goal. They've gotten their points at the free throw line. Oklahoma has missed their last 4 shots from the floor. Credit to the Sooners' defense in this game. 34% holding Kansas. Oklahoma making their shots, making multiple tough shots. 50% shooting for Oklahoma. The problem being the turnovers tonight, 10 turnovers. 6 turnovers by Kansas, and then the fouls. Oklahoma with 17 personal fouls, and 2 players have 4 each. David, welcome to the stream, man. Best of luck to that pick today for you. Yeah, it seems like whenever these two teams play close, it's much closer than 10.5. That's what it seems like. I saw the last 5 games that these two teams have played have been decided by 7 points or less. Yes, I thought Duke should have been out of the top 25 this week. Yeah, Boston College lost to Maine in November, so they should be nowhere near the top 25 for Duke. They barely could hang on and beat BC. Quick update right now. Other scores going on throughout college basketball. Tennessee leading Vanderbilt 75-60. Virginia up over UNC. Another close game tonight, 56-52. Auburn leading Ole Miss right now, 66-57. Illinois doing their job. They're on the road at Nebraska, winning 61-59 for the Fighting Illini. And DePaul up over Villanova, 58-56. So, yeah, tough season there for Villanova this year. It seems like every single March they're in the bracket, but this March it's going to be tough to get there. There's no way they can get an at-large at this point for Villanova. They'd have to win Big East Conference outright by this rate. I'd go with UConn right there in that game. So Purdue against UConn, yeah. I go with UConn. I think that's a tough game, but I think UConn can get physical and give teams fits. UConn beat Alabama. Alabama looks like they're legit one of the top teams right now. Playing the best basketball out of anybody in the nation. John, thanks so much, brother. Appreciate it, man, for stopping on by. 7:52 left to go, 3-point game. As Kansas just got called in a quick reach-in foul coming back from the timeout. So Oklahoma back at the free throw line. A lot of game left to go and a lot of fouls we got. First shot good by Grant Sherfield. He's got 22 points for Oklahoma. Second free throw. That one is money. Yeah, a lot of great teams in the SEC this season, and Kentucky's not one of them. 7:50 left to play. Kansas down by 5. They have the basketball as they take it up the floor. Grady Dick moves it out to his left to Jalen Wilson. Passes to the right wing to Dick. Up fake as he's defended closely by Noland. They move it out to the corner over to McCullough. Lobs it down low. Dick, turn around. Low block, no good off the mark. And a defensive rebound by Tanner Groves. He stays in with 4 personal fouls. 7:30 left to go. Sooners with the ball up by 5. They will slow down the possession. Sherfield, the transfer from Nevada, moves on top to Uzan. Dribble drive, swings it out to the top of the key off the Groves. Back over to Uzan. Uzan at the top of the key. Moves it out to his left as they will find Groves. Shovel inside the key. Floats it up and scores for 2 by Tanner Groves. Off the assist by C.J. Noland. C.J. Noland giving some quality minutes here for Oklahoma as late. And head coach Bill Self for Kansas will take a timeout on the court. 7:06 left to go. Sooners with a 7-point lead on the road. This season has been just so unpredictable. And Oklahoma looking for by far a signature victory to lock them right into the bracket for this week. What a game. What a game between these two teams currently. 7:05 left to play at the moment. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe here. Kansas is yet to make a field goal in almost the past 11 minutes. It's been unreal. This defense is suffocating for Oklahoma. Hit us up in the chat. Who do you guys got in this one tonight? Kansas or Oklahoma? Type in Rock Chalk or Boomer Sooner out on the stream here. Man, this has been crazy matchup right now. Tanner Groves, 4 personal fouls. Sam Godwin's got 4 for Oklahoma, and then KJ Adams for Kansas has got 4 himself right now. Adams with 16. Jalen Wilson having a really tough game. He's only been limited to 11 points tonight. They've done a great job at taking care of Wilson tonight in this. Grant Sherfield's been the top scorer on the floor. He's got 23 for Oklahoma. Yeah, a lot of scoring droughts in this game. Dr. Don, welcome to the stream. This game has just been filled with a bunch of scoring droughts. A lot of missed threes, a bunch of fouls. Oklahoma, though, the difference, why they're winning right now, they're making tough shots. And Kansas, uncharacteristic for them, they're not finishing at the rim. They've had multiple putback opportunities or tip-in opportunities, but those that usually go down, they haven't been able to finish at the rim like usual for Kansas so far tonight. They've done. Oklahoma's done a much better job this half, not turning it over. They had 7 turnovers in the first half, 3 currently in the second half. Kansas has 3 turnovers in the second half. They got 6 total today in the game. Yeah, great question there, Christian. I'm going to go with UNC. I think UNC is going to peak once again in March and win the ACC. Going to check that update right now. Virginia's leading North Carolina 58-52 with about 3 minutes left to go. We got a long way here. 7 minutes left to play. Kansas on 11-minute scoring drought. Kansas with the basketball back from the timeout. DeJuan Harris, Kevin McCullough, Grady Dick, KJ Adams, and Jalen Wilson. Dick, backdoor cut to the hoop, goes into a layup motion and draws the blocking foul. Also an update here, both of these teams in the double bonus. So Grady Dick, 2 free throws here at the line. And the first one is good. K-State would win that game. K-State's played a much tougher schedule than Virginia right now. All the quality teams that they've won against. Yeah, if K-State gets up in that game against Virginia, Virginia's not going to have the firepower to get back because they love to control the game. They're one of the slowest tempo offenses in college basketball. So you use the motto, get ahead, stay ahead. And if K-State plays Virginia, if they get ahead, they'll just stay ahead in that type of matchup. These fouls have been crazy. Just another one committed out on the floor, this time by Kansas. And that will get charged to Kevin McCullough. So that will be McCullough's 3rd now he picks up. And this will send Grant Sherfield to the free throw line, who keeps on going on attack mode tonight in this game off the dribble drive penetration. First one is good by Grant Sherfield. 6:42 left to go. Second free throw by Sherfield is good. It's been the player of the game tonight. Grant Sherfield, 25 points for the transfer from Nevada. Now with the Oklahoma Sooners. Bounce pass off to Wilson. Wilson defended by Hill. Backs his way inside the key. Wilson, pivot move, puts it up, and draws the foul on Jalen Hill. 6:30 on the clock remaining. Jalen Wilson back to the free throw line, which he's been a good chunk today. 8 for 9 shooting at the free throw line. Jalen Hill picks up personal foul number 3. 2 players with 4 fouls, 2 players with 3 fouls tonight for Oklahoma. Kansas is 1 player with 4, 2 players with 3. The first free throw is good by Wilson. Second free throw missed off the back rim. Defensive rebound pulled down by Tanner Groves. Still on the floor. He's got 4 personal fouls. It helps them out for Florida, but they got a lot of work to do. So I would say no. Right now for Florida, they got a lot of work to do. They're going to have to keep on winning. They'll have to go on like a massive winning streak if they want to get like an at-large. Because they're well far away from the bracket still. Bounce pass down low off to a cut. Jalen Hill scores in the layup for the Sooners. 6 minutes left to go. Hill up to 9 points now for Oklahoma. This has been a shocker so far tonight. Jalen Wilson at the wing. Moves it over to Grady Dick. Grady Dick, top of the key. Lobs it off to Adams. Out on the floor with 4 personal fouls. Gives it over to Wilson. Backs his way at the right elbow. Wilson, low block. Double team, puts it up, no good. Great defense by the Sooners. Oklahoma comes out with a basketball with Milo Zuzan. 5.5 left to go. Oklahoma has the ball. Chance to put themselves up by double digits. First time in this game that would happen if they make a field goal right here. Top of the key, Groves, up fake, dribbles up to the low block. Groves inside the key over Adams. He scores. 10-point lead for Oklahoma with 5:15 left to go by Tanner Groves being aggressive on the floor with 4 personal fouls. 5:18 remaining. Timeout taken once again by Bill Self of Kansas. What a game. Man, the Sooners playing right here to lock themselves into the bracket for this week. Still a long way to March Madness, but this win goes a long, long way for a team that had lacked signature wins all season long. Wow. Top 30 defense in the nation shining and proving why the Big 12 is going to have the majority of their conference in the bracket. Looking like you could possibly sneak 8 teams in there in the tournament for this year. Wow. What a long way they have come. This is a team that lost in their season opener by 1 to Sam Houston. And at Allen Fieldhouse, they haven't won in 30 years. Up by 10 with 5:18 left to go. 36-22 points in the paint. Being aggressive, getting to the rim throughout this game. Grant Sherfield, 25 points on a dribble drive attack tonight. Getting to the rim. Tanner Groves just got the last bucket. 8 points by Tanner Groves on the floor with 4 personal fouls. 5:15 remaining. I think it's going to look like 8. For the Big 12, shovel over to Adams. Throws it down with a two-handed dunk off the DeJuan Harris assist. 5 minutes left to go. Kansas going to need a lot more buckets like those in the final 5. KJ Adams up to 18. Oklahoma takes it past midcourt with Milos Uzan. They got 3 timeouts remaining for the Sooners. Kansas with just 1. Uzan at the corner perimeter defended by KJ Adams. Moves it on top over to Noland. Noland, jab step, they've only made 2 threes. Noland, crossover on McCullough, lost control of the basketball, turns it over. Kansas comes up with a steal. Dick, up fake, drives baseline on Groves, and he missed the layup. Adams stays in for the offensive rebound, though. Out to Dick, takes the 3, missed off the mark. Another offensive rebound by KJ Adams. Kansas going to slow it down now. They need a quality possession. Over to the free throw circle. Harris swings it out to the wing. Wilson takes the 3. Oh, he hits it. Jalen Wilson, bang, bang. There he is for the top score in the Big 12. Just like that, it's a 5-point game. 15 by Jalen Wilson. And a timeout taken on the floor now by Porter Mosier of Oklahoma. 4:15 left to play. We got ourselves a game. When you think that they're done, down by double digits, they show time and time again that they can come from behind and win games, just like 2 weeks ago against Oklahoma State. 15 down at halftime, came back and won. Kansas, so good at adjusting. Looking forward to see what they'll come out of this next time out with. What a game. Big time 3 by Jalen Wilson. 4:12 left to go and a media timeout. Just like that, Kansas needed a spark. They got it. 15 points by Jalen Wilson, having a bad game and still getting 15 out of it right now with just above 4 minutes left. Man, what a night between these two teams. Talk about there's no off days in the Big 12. How great this conference is. Yeah, it's looking like a 7 or 8-bit league. That's what it's looking like right now. Kansas, K-State, TCU, Texas, Iowa State, Baylor. After that, you got the remaining 4 teams battling for spots in the bubble. Oklahoma, if they win this one would go a long, long way to making the tournament for them. We remember this one on Selection Sunday for Oklahoma. If they win this game, this would put them right in the bracket. This is huge for them. A win that they haven't gotten 30 years at Allen Fieldhouse if they can close it out tonight. After that, Oklahoma State, Texas Tech, West Virginia. I think Texas Tech right now, they've really put themselves in a deep, deep hole. So it's down to 9 right now for teams in the tournament, but it's gonna get lower once these teams start playing each other, since it's now conference games constantly all the way to March. We'll have to see, because West Virginia's played just 2 games in the conference. Texas Tech has lost all their conference games so far, and they're well away. And then Oklahoma State, who's been playing teams tough. That's another team that's right in the thick of the bubble. Both of the Oklahoma teams, Sooners and Cowboys. Quick update here. Other scores out college basketball. Virginia leading UNC 65-58. This game has just gone final, actually. So Virginia came from behind. They were trailing at halftime. They've won now against North Carolina. 65-58. It's gone final. Tennessee winners tonight over Vanderbilt 77-68. Auburn about to close it out against Ole Miss. Final 2 minutes, 78-68 Tigers. And with the falls in this game, we still have 4:12 left to go here. That was just for last season, though, so they should be tournament eligible for Oklahoma State this year. Yeah, that was just for last season that they took the tournament ban. 4:12 left to play. Oklahoma gets the inbound as we come back from the timeout. Left to right from the floor, Sooners have it. Pass to midcourt with number 12, Milos Uzan. Last win against an AP top 2 opponent happened to be against number 1 Kansas back in 2002. Sherfield attacks. Missed off the rim, no good. KJ Adams comes up with a defensive rebound. Under 4 minutes left to go. Wilson dribbles out to the left wing perimeter. Jalen Wilson looking for his time to rise to the occasion. He has the ball, receives the pass to the right wing. Moves it off to DeJuan Harris, the floor general for the Jayhawks. 14 in the shot clock, 3:40 left to go in the game clock. Harris floats it up. He scores. Through for 2 by DeJuan Harris. There was contact in the backside, but no call by the referees. And blowing those whistles all throughout the course of the night. He did get bumped from behind, but no call by the officials. 7-zip run by Kansas last 2 minutes. 3-point game. 3:20 left to go. Sooners with the basketball. Edge of the Jayhawk logo for Oklahoma. Milos Uzan moves on top to Tanner Groves. Groves dribbles towards his right, hands it off to Sherfield. Sherfield off the pick by Tanner Groves. Dribbles low block underneath the hoop now. Inside the key, Sherfield passes out to the corner. Drives baseline, Jalen Hill, tough shot. Missed off the back rim, battle for the rebound into the hands of Jalen Wilson with a defensive board for Kansas. 2:55 left to go. Kansas going to slow it down past midcourt. 3 to tie, 2 to draw, win and 1. DeJuan Harris has it now. Harris at the top of the key. Seems like every single game of the Big 12. Kansas takes their opponent down to the wire. Harris attacks. Missed the layup. No good off the glass. And Tanner Groves with a defensive board for Oklahoma. Receiving the pass. Attacking downhill. Goaltend, I believe, by Grady Dick. And they will count the bucket by Oklahoma. Sooners get the bucket. Grady Dick called in the goaltend. As the bucket gets awarded for CJ Nolan as he splits Jalen Wilson. And Grady Dick as it went over the cylinder and was swatted by Dick. 2:25 left to go. Kansas down by 5. Adams receives the pass. Dribble. Attack downhill. Missed the layup. No good. They've struggled finishing at the rim all night long. That should have been an easy 2 by KJ Adams. But too strong off the glass once again. 2:05 left to go. Oklahoma with the basketball. No call by the referees. Lowering the shoulder by Milos Uzan. Got away with a no call. 3 at the wing. Missed by Oklahoma. They've been terrible from 3 all game long. Why decide to shoot one with 2 minutes left to go when you're up by 5? I have no clue. McCullough, shovel, down low. Adams makes them pay. Gets the bucket. It's in. Up in and off the backboard by KJ Adams. It's a 3-point game. That's a costly 3 that they decided to take. Oklahoma all game long has been the better team in the paint tonight. 38-28 points in the paint in favor of the Sooners. And they decided to jack up a 3 with 2 minutes left to go. They missed off the front iron. They're just 2 for 14 from 3 tonight at 14%. Minute 38 left to go. Oklahoma burns a timeout. It will be a quick 30-second timeout. One timeout remaining for both of these teams. Both teams in a double bonus. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring the notification bell as well. Feel free to join in tomorrow. I'll be back. I plan on covering Arkansas against Alabama. Another great game tomorrow. It will tip off around 7 p.m. Arkansas is the home team tomorrow. They're ranked at number 15. Alabama ranked at number 4. Playing the best basketball out of any team in the nation. What a game here. What a game we got tonight. KJ Adams, 20 points, 15 by Jalen Wilson. Oklahoma top scorer Grant Sherfield with 25. 11 points by Milos Uzan. Sam Godwin off the bench with 12 for the Sooners. Tanner Groves, 10 rebounds, 8 points. Last win in Allen Fieldhouse almost 30 years ago. February 17, 1993. Yes, Indiana's in the tournament barely. They've been struggling lately. Inbound for Oklahoma, 1:30 left to go. Sooners with a possession, up by 3. Jalen Hill dribbles the left elbow, guarded by Jalen Wilson. Moves out to the wing, Tanner Groves. Backs over to Jalen Hill. Hill backs his way, low block. Inside the key, working on Wilson. Jalen Hill. Turn around, tough shot, off the glass, no good. Grady Dick with a defensive rebound. 1:15 left to go. Kansas with a possession. Harris, nice shovel pass. Finds KJ Adams as he scoops it right to the net, scores with a two-handed dunk. Nice scoop pass right there by the floor general, DeJuan Harris. We're down to 1 minute left to play. Nobody back in transitional defense that last time by Oklahoma. Sooners with the ball. Top of the key, Tanner Groves takes the 3. Missed off the back rim. Another missed 3 by Oklahoma. Could be the bane of this game. Here goes Kansas. McCullough attacks. Euro step. Count the bucket, scores. Up and in off the backboard. Kevin McCullough counted and 1. A storybook Kansas game once again. 13-2 run in the last 4.5 minutes for the Jayhawks. 2 missed 3s by Oklahoma in the last 4 possessions has allowed Kansas to climb right back in this game, take the lead, 42 seconds left to go. McCullough 1-on-1 on Uzan, gets the bucket and the foul, and 1 free throw here at the line by McCullough with 43 seconds left. Free throw is good. Right down the middle. 43 seconds remaining. Oklahoma down by 2. Haven't won at Allen Fieldhouse in 30 years. Sooners, with 1 timeout remaining, they'll continue to play. 20 in the shot clock, 33 in the game clock. Out to the right wing perimeter, Tanner Groves. Hands it off to Milos Uzan. Now into the hands of Sherfield. 12 in the shot clock. Sherfield takes a 3. It isn't even close. He airballed it to the left of the rim. 0 for 3 in the last minute from 3-point range by Oklahoma tonight. Grant Sherfield, the top scorer in the game, airballs a 3, goes wide, left of the rim, turnover Oklahoma. 21.6 seconds left to go. Sums up this game for the Sooners. Just 2 for 16 from 3. And a game that could put you in the NCAA tournament or the number 1 overall seed in the NIT. This is a massive, massive game for them. Leading by 10 at 1 point with around 6 minutes left to go. And now down by 2 with KU getting the ball with 21 seconds. Kansas will get the inbound. 21.6 seconds left to go. Both teams with 1 timeout, inbound to the corner. Pettiford passes over to Wilson. Wilson will draw the reach-in foul by Milos Uzan. Jalen Wilson to the free throw line. Double bonus will shoot 2. Jalen Wilson tonight, 16 points. 18 seconds left to go. If you guys are new in the stream, hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe, ring that notification bell as well. Kansas squeaking out so many close games this season. 1 on Thanksgiving break against Wisconsin by 1. First free throw is good. Came down by 15. They trailed at halftime against Oklahoma State 2 weeks ago. Came back and won. Won a close game a week ago against Texas Tech on the road. Another Tuesday night, another close game for Kansas. 18 seconds away from the dub. 77-73. 18 seconds left. Both of the free throws good at the line for Jalen Wilson. Oklahoma with it. Passing off to Tanner Groves inside the key will draw the blocking foul. And if that's on KJ Adams, that would be number 5. We'll have to see here. The referees are going to say it's on Grady Dick. So Adams stays in the game with 4. 13.8 seconds left to go. Tanner Groves, 2 free throws here for the Sooners now. What a game between these two teams. Wild. Absolutely wild. First one is good. Just Kansas just has that. They just, what I said before earlier in the second half, they just have that clutch moment in this team for Kansas. They know how to win so many close games for this Jayhawks squad. And Oklahoma, this would go down as their 5th loss this season out of 6 that they've lost by 4 points or less. Second free throw is good by Tanner Groves. 13.8 seconds left to go. They lost by 1 against Sam Houston. Lost by 4 at Villanova. Lost by 1 against Texas. Lost by 3 against Iowa State. Inbound, deflected out of bounds by Oklahoma. It will stay Kansas ball. 13.5 seconds left to go. Both teams with 1 timeout left. Both teams in a double bonus. Kansas will inbound all the way in their backcourt underneath Oklahoma's hoop. Jalen Wilson, the inbound passer, looking to get it off into the hands of Harris. Poke loose. And they're going to call a foul reaching in by Milos Uzan off the inbound. So Milos Uzan is fouled out. That was close. There was contact there. So he poked it he got the back right elbow of DeJuan Harris off the inbound pass. So Harris here will head to the free throw line, shoot 2 for Kansas. 13 seconds left. +200 watching right now. If you guys are new in the stream, make sure to hit the thumbs up, spike the like, hit the subscribe. Feel free to join in tomorrow. I plan on covering Arkansas against Alabama at 7 p.m. Eastern time tomorrow. I cover basketball action, play-by-play of college games, also NBA games as well. Thanks so much all for joining in, being a part here on the stream tonight. DeJuan Harris will shoot 2 at the free throw line, 75% free throw shooter. And this will be 2 shots in the double bonus. First shot by Harris. That's good. When the game is on the line, this team just knows how to make their shots. DeJuan Harris up to double figures with 10 now. 5 assists tonight for Harris. Free throw number 2 now by Harris, and that's good. Right down the middle, 4-point lead for Kansas. 13 seconds left. Oklahoma has only made 2 threes out of 17 attempts all game long. Sooners get the inbound. Tanner Groves, too much time up the floor. Makes a pass off to Nolan. Deep range 3, not even close. Skipped around the rim and out. Defensive rebound by Harris. 4 seconds. Gives it over to Dick. Nobody will fall in Kansas. Down by 10 at one point with 6 minutes left to go. Comes back and wins on their home floor here at Allen Fieldhouse. Once again, another close game for Kansas on a Tuesday night as they pull out the victory against Oklahoma. 79-75 the final score. What a game between these two teams tonight. Unreal game. So many lead changes. Multiple ties. Another night in the Big 12. Another team definitely deserving to have a tournament spot for Oklahoma. Look at how stacked the Big 12 is, and at the end of the day, when you go to Selection Sunday, you look at all these bubble teams, you compare the conferences. Is it really going to be right if you take an extra team from a conference like the Mountain West to get into the bracket instead of a Big 12 team? That's what is up against right now. Or if you're going to take an extra team from another conference like the ACC or the Big 10, you have to compare it to what Big 12 basketball really is. And man, this felt like a tournament-style game tonight here in this one. 79-75 final score. KJ Adams, 22 points, top scorer in the game. So he was on the floor for quite a while, playing with 4 personal fouls. 17 by Jalen Wilson, the top scorer in the Big 12. 11 by DeJuan Harris with 5 assists. 10 by Zach Clements tonight, and then Oklahoma finished with Grant Sherfield, 25 points. 12 points by Sam Godwin from the bench. 10 by Tanner Groves with 10 rebounds, and 11 by Milos Uzan. Money line, I believe, was Kansas. I think it was like 10.5, I believe, for the line for this one. So it was Kansas 10.5, I believe, for this game today. Thanks so much, all, for joining in, being a part here on the stream. Feel free to join in tomorrow. I plan on being back for Arkansas against Alabama. That will tip off around 7 p.m. tomorrow night. We're going to close out to the channel members. All right, all channel members get a shout out at the end of each and every single one of my live streams here. We got Jason, Rajeep, Russell, Oreo Pudding, Bradley, Braden, Mario, Bino, Mark, John, Jess, Aihino, Joseph, Vegas, SG Sports Talk, Michael, Warren, I Am Ghost, Kelly, Asia, Roderick, Reynaldo, Didi, Katie, Siegel, Woo Pig, Ian, Oink Oink, and Emmanuel. A big shout out to Bradley today, first time on the membership, being a part here. Longtime subscriber, mod of the channel. Thanks so much, all, for joining in, being a part here on the stream tonight. This game wraps up Kansas with a victory over Oklahoma, 79-75, the final score. Thanks so much, all, for joining in, and enjoy the rest of your Tuesday night.